sorry about the noise in this arena. Okay, so we'll talk about a little bit about the merging the two tables with the two different schema or different structures. So in this case, we have two tables. Here in table 1, we have the 3 columns, and then table 2, we have 4 columns, and then the namings of the columns are different as well. So how can we merge them all together? Actually, you can have the function here, which is the rbind, to combine the two tables together. Okay, so you can see here, actually, the result is in here already, and then you can see the first one. We have like 5 columns in total, but then the last 2 has nothing because this one comes from the first table here, and then you don't have the segment and the payment, and then the rest, the next one, you can see they have more rows, but then the market is not here. Okay, so that's how the function combines the two sources together, and then in this case there are gaps between the two sources, but the function still can work. Okay, so there is a little bit problem with this solution, and then I need to fix it a little bit, because in here you can actually cannot tell which rows from which table, so I need to tag the result a little bit. Okay, so in here I just for table 1 I just tag the rows with the T1, and then market, and then the second one I do the same thing with the table 2, and then I would tag with T2, and then this one customer. Okay, so if you merge the two tables together, and then you can see the tagging column, and then you can tell which column which rows from which table. So you can see here all the way from here, from the first row to here is the table number 1, and then the second one is the table number 2. So the tagging is important in this case, because you can tell, you can trace back to the origins of the rows, and then later you can do statistic as well in order to check to make sure that there's nothing wrong with the tables. Okay, so in here let me show you how to check the count in this one. So in this case, you can actually use I use the GM here, which is for the group measures, and then I split the table T3 by the column tag in this case, and then it will split the table into the 2 column, and then I can use the sapply function in order to do the statistic on the group, and then for each group I will count, for each group X here I will count the number of rows for the group, and then I will print the result out here. So basically I can print the GM sorry GM groups, and then you can see the names of the names, and then also the value. So it tells me that in the group T1 we have 12 rows, and then in the group T2 we have 36. Okay, so let us check this one with the original, right? So I just print the number of rows in table T1, and then number of rows in table T2, and then this one will give me the like-for-like comparison between the two sources. Now in this case, because of the print function doesn't work with the 2 parameters, so you need to combine them all together in the same source, and then in this case, if you print it again, then it will give you the 12 and 36 here for the table 1 and the table 2. Sorry. So in order to make it easier to read, you need to use the cat function instead of printing, and then you use the sprint f function with the T1 market sorry D, and then T2 custom and then also per D as well, and then over the new line. And then after this, you can have a nice format of the parameters. Okay, you can see here, you can compare line for line between the two. So the first one is just the numbers like this, and then the second one, you have the labels in front of each values, and then you can read them the values more easily. Okay, so that's all for this videos. It just the binding function with the difference in schema, but then I also show you how to do the statistic or to do the summaries within this group, and also I show you how to format the values with the labels in order for you to read the result more easily.